Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to start collecting Kings of War Ambush, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Ogres and the brand new Ogre box set for Ambush, a starter set specifically for the Ogres in the Ambush style of the game. Now, in this video, we're going to go through, talk about the contents of the box set and what they can do on the tabletop and how we can build them, before looking at some other units we can use to bring into this force and expand upon this initial purchase. We'll finally finish off the video as well with a little sample army list of 500 points for you to use as hopefully some inspiration for building your own Ogre army for Kings of War Ambush, and then further continuing on into a full game of Kings of War as well. So with all of that said, we get 2 troops of Ogres in this. Now you can combine these to make a regiment of 6 Ogres if you want. In this case you'd need to equip them all with the same weapon options, but I think having 2 troops out of this is probably the way to go. If you're looking to maybe combine them into a larger regiment in a later size game, then maybe build the same troops at the start. But Ogre troops have 2 main options. So Warriors are what they're called, and they have crushing strength like all Ogres, which is really cool, and brutal. Now, regiments have 9 attacks, and a Horde would have 18. Melee 3+, and defense 5. They're really pretty darn solid. Now, we've got the option to exchange their shields, which is the standard loadout for the weapon, to give them the 2-handed weapons instead. This would lower their defense to a 4+ rather than a 5+, but it would also increase their crushing strength to 2 instead of just 1. Now, they've also got the option for taking a Crocodog, which is a special army upgrade specifically for the Ogres. This allows you to, once per game, when the unit rolls its hits in melee, you can choose to reroll up to 3 dice that score a natural unmodified 1. This unit's Crocodog is then destroyed and cannot be used for the rest of the game, so it just allows you to get a few extra hits in there. Pretty nice little upgrade. Now, if we start talking about the other unit that comes inside this is the Red Goblin Spitters Regiment. These are a ranged infantry unit, and they only come in regiments, so you will be building the full block here, 20 for the models. Now, they have bows for a nice 24 inch. They've got 10 attacks in their regiment. And then, range 5+ is not great, defense 3+ not great, and melee 6+ not great, but they do provide some nice fire support for your tough Ogres, and also provide you with some bodies on the table as well. Another regiment you can use to sacrifice to allow your Ogres to get the charge they want, protect your Ogres from something maybe a little bit too devastating to be charged by, or indeed provide that little bit of fire support as well behind the Ogre lines, just chipping away at your opponent's units. Now, if we're looking for some other units to bring in, the first thing I look at is definitely Boomers. This brings a stronger fire support unit to the table. Now, we've obviously got those Goblin Spitters, and they provide a little bit of fire support, but Boomers actually have some power behind them. So, melee 4+, defense 4+, and range 4+. They're still Ogres in combat. 9 attacks for a regiment there as well. Got crushing strength and brutal on them. So, they still fight pretty nice, which, a melee 4+, defense 4+ is most other armies' baseline troop, and this is your ranged Ogre unit. Now, they do have boomsticks, which are a 12-inch range shooting attack with piercing 1 and steady aim, so they can do a nice little bit of damage at a shorter range. Obviously, the 24-inch bows of the Spitters we've already got are a longer range. But then we have the 2 Ogre chariot variations. You have both Warrior Chariots and Boomer Chariots. Now, the Warrior Chariots obviously have the Warriors on them. They're much more geared for combat. They've got Crushing Strength 1 and Thunderous Charge 2, along with 10 attacks in a troop, which contains 2 models, or in a regiment, you'll get 15 for 3 models of the Chariots. The Boomer Chariots, on the other hand, have the aura of stealthy, brutal, crushing strength 1, and then they've got the boomsticks, same as the Boomers we've already talked about. They've got 8 attacks, melee, range, and defense, all 4+, so they're not quite as defensively good, but like I said, like the Boomers, they're still an Ogre unit. They're still pretty darn strong in combat. Lastly, if we're looking to maybe bring in a character to this army, an Ogre Warlock I think is a nice addition. For me, they can provide some nice range, so they could be a good alternate option to bringing in something like Boomers or Boomer Chariots. They can have Lightning Bolt spell for 3 with standard, and they can also take other things like Fireball, Mind Fog, Drain Life, and Blood Boil as well. Now, they also, for each friendly corps, large infantry regiment, large infantry horde, a large infantry legion within 6 inch, increase the amount of dice rolled by Drain Life, Fireball, Lightning Bolt, and Mind Fog by 1 to a maximum bonus of +3. So they get bonus for other Ogres being around them, which is pretty cool as well. Still an ogre in combat. While they only pack out 2 attacks, they are melee and defense 4+, which is not too shabby for a wizard. And so here we have our sample army for you for the Ogres in Kings of War Ambush. So to start with, troops wise, we've gone for the 2 troops of warriors. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I think really you want to have them in 2 troops. This will give you more units on the tabletop. Sticking them as a singular regiment when you've not got a lot of other troops and a lot of other units will really limit, the amount of board control your army can have. Where 2 units of warriors can definitely take up a lot more space in ambush. A troop of ogre warriors is more than enough to deal with a lot of the threats you're going to be facing. Now, we've gone for 1 unit exchanging shields for 2-handed weapons. This is going to be one of our more offensive units. Generally, we can have the warriors with the shields there holding the line, along with the red goblin spitters, a regiment we have in the force as well. And the warriors with 2-handed weapons can be played a little bit more offensively, generally being on the charge rather than receiving end of one. Now, we've gone for warrior chariots. This is the only unit we need to add to the box set to make a perfect 500 points. Now, the reason we've gone with those warrior chariots here instead of like the boomer chariots, I think this is just going to provide us with a nice, hard, fast-moving piece that's really going to hit hard. Thunderous charge and cavalry and chariots are just super powerful. They'll wipe away a ton of different units in ambush. Be wary of anything that has phalanx and can potentially nullify some of their charging abilities, like that thunderous charge. But other than that, that's what you should be looking to gain. You still do have crushing strength on a lot of your ogres anyway. This could be where your 2-handed weapons generally try and fight the phalanx units instead. As I said, you got that regiment, red goblin spitters. They'll be holding the center of your line along with the warriors with shields. And then 500 points on the nose for regiments and troops not having any unlocked units in the army at all. If you've been playing with the ogres in Kings of War, especially in Kings of War Ambush, let us know how you've been going, what your favorite units are, what your favorite combos are down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server which is linked down in the video's description. Also, down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel via Patreon and YouTube members, or by grabbing some merch from either Ko-fi or Teespring. All of these are the best ways to help support the channel, and it means the world to us that people do choose to help support us. Now, as a special thank you to everyone who supports the channel via Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Bloobs, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Kevin Bowman, Iron Grinch, and Nuffs. And to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, James South, Dave Crozier, Dylan Areno, and James Tillman. And lastly, a special thank you to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel you can see here, and indeed pick up the stickers of the amazing artwork or the amazing artwork on our merch as well if you want to. But thank you once again, everyone, and a special thanks as well to everyone who helps support the channel and to all those who come and help with the channel, be the people that come and do battle reports or indeed those that are managing our Discord server. Thank you all once again, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.